What's going on, guys? Vulkan here, and we finally have the latest update for Lost Ark. We can make glaviers, we can explore Southern Vern, we have more skins to equip, but two things snuck in the patch notes that we need to make sure we take advantage of because they're incredibly powerful and they're going to help build your characters up just immensely. So the first is the Ark Pass, and then we have Super Express missions. So I want to start with the Ark Pass first because this is one that I see a lot in chat. What is the Ark Pass? How can I access it? Where do you get that fancy tiger mount? All of these things are related to the Ark Pass. So for those of you that don't know, the Ark Pass is a battle pass style system. It comes with 3 tracks: a free track, a premium track, and a super premium track. And because all of these naturally are priced in between purchase amounts of crystals, you have to buy more crystals than you actually need. The good old sales and marketing trick, right? So I'm going to put the price you would need to spend in order to unlock these tracks rather than their actual value, which sucks, but here we are. So the free track is great. It gives some really nice honing materials, some pirate coins, and stuff that's going to build your character up, whether it's an alt or whether it's your main. Plus, like I said, you can get that white or black tiger mount to ride. This is where I've seen a lot of people asking questions. Where'd you get this new mount? It's in the Ark Pass. I believe it's Ark Pass rank 10 or level 10. So once you hit that, you'll get to choose it, and it's a great mount. So just by playing, the Ark Pass gives you some serious value. And every time you play, you do something, you go and run content, whatever, you're going to earn Ark Pass experience. And then eventually, you're going to level up your Ark Pass. And when that happens, you get to choose between 2 rewards. And these usually are like honing materials and then something else, or gems and then something else. And whichever reward you choose, the other one is no longer available. So you really want to make sure that you need that reward on your character. But like I said, most of the time the rewards are very good, so you shouldn't have too hard of a choice between the 2 of them. And then we have the premium track. Now the premium track costs 1,500 royal crystals, or roughly $20. And this one gives a duplicate of one of the rewards from the free track. And this is usually the honing materials. Sometimes it's gems, sometimes it's silver, but most of the time it's the honing materials. So when it comes down to the value, I feel like getting double honing materials is a much better deal than the one we're covering next. So for me, the premium track gets a thumbs up. The price seems to be about right, and we'll get into that here in a moment. But the last one I want to talk about is the super premium track. This one costs $40, and this is when things get a little bit overkill. So the super premium track is going to unlock special rewards. You can earn these once every 5 levels. And that's the thing with the super premium. You don't get anything else besides one thing every 5 levels. And these include things like a new wallpaper, legendary rapport selection chests, or a full skin. And these change each month, so, you know, there's different ones for different Ark Passes. This month's is the Noble set. It's very fancy. If you don't want to do the super premium, you can actually buy this full set for 1,100 blue crystals in the store. So you don't have to, like, wait or anything like that. Now, for me, the super premium really just isn't worth my money or my time. The skin isn't interesting. The fact that I can just buy it now and skip the wait really just invalidates the whole purpose of it. And I get that some folks might want the wallpaper or they might want that legendary rapport chest, but for me, it isn't worth $40. Top that with the fact that, like I said, you don't get any extra materials or things that actually help your character grow. It just feels like fluff, and I don't think it's worth your time or your money. Now, the premium track, on the other hand, I do think that one is worth it in my opinion. I like the extra honing materials, I like the extra gems, and the actual things that I can use to improve my character or help bring an alt along. So, I mean, for 20 bucks, I'd pay that for a month's worth of rewards, but I know that isn't in the cards for most people. So a lot of people, the free track is just fine. So, but I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think of the Ark Pass? I mean, it's been received kind of middle of the road on Twitter. Some people really have just ignored it. Other people have spoken out against it pretty harshly. But I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. So that's the Ark Pass. It's available in-game, upper right-hand corner next to your mini-map. You should see it there. It's a big Lost Ark icon. But let's get to the next thing, and that's the Super Express missions. So these are a fantastic catch-up mechanic for alts. I mean, I'm talking a great catch-up mechanic. It gives you a ton of important resources and rewards just for playing the game. Things like extra honing materials for completing Chaos Dungeons, Abyss Dungeons, Guardian Raids, things like ship parts for finishing storylines, etc. But the best part of this whole thing, right? You get all those extra rewards, which is great. But the best thing is an extra 20% honing chance that you get on Tier 1 and Tier 2. So if you pair this with your 20% increase from your stronghold, you're staring down the barrel of a 40% increase to your honing chance until you reach Tier 3, which is just amazing. Because you don't want to get stuck in Tier 2, you don't want to grind through Tier 1. That's where a lot of people kind of dropped off because they didn't like the grind that it took just to get to true endgame. So by having something like this and being able to push your character through it and have that extra honing chance is going to help keep players around, but also help bring an alt up to Tier 3. That way you can then funnel materials into your main account. That way you can supercharge them and get to a place where you can actually start doing Argos or 1370 content. Now, you can use this on any character who isn't Tier 3. So if you boost like a Glavier to Phaeton and you want to take advantage of the honing chance, you totally can, right? You're going to miss on the Tier 1 materials, but you can totally do that. If you want to use it on a brand new 50 to get full advantage of all of the extra Tier 1 materials, you can 100% do that too. It's really up to you. The only downside of this is that this is a limited time event, and because of that, you won't be able to send multiple characters through it, so make sure to choose wisely on what character you really want to go down this Super Express mission, and then once it's done, it's done. Now, I think this is a great method, like I said, for players to bring up an alt to Tier 3. It's just a great system, and one that I hope comes back every month. That way you can do one character at a time. So guys, those are the two kind of big features that snuck in, and I see a lot of people asking questions on how to access these systems, what they are, where you can find them, and how to really use them. So with all that being said, I hope this was helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for sticking around, and as always, this has been Vulkan, and I will talk to you next time.
Sound off, one and all, everybody.